Here to share his tips and safe management measures with us is Mr. Vincent Lim.
Thank you, Kim, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to share with you on the safe business event. Okay, basically you all know that in Singapore, government have progressively opened up businesses. So as an event organizer, we need to ensure that the safety of our stakeholder by operating in a safe and a clean environment. Okay, today I'm going to share with you a few points. Okay, there is a Safe Minds event framework, and then the other one is a Safe Pass Traveler process or requirement that need by the foreign participant. And then the safety management measure they're going to implement at the event. And then lastly, on the post-event report that we need to submit to STP. Okay. Okay. Firstly, on this safe business event risk management framework, basically it's established by STB in consultation with the industrial player. Okay. Basically, there is a 5-pointer that the event organizer need to comply with. First of all, they need to have an effective called the infection control measure before the pre and the post event. Okay, and then the other thing is also on the limit on the crowd density and also the individual attendees contact between individual. Okay, and then also ensure that the event is safe for everyone. Lastly, the other one is to make sure to submit a report at the end of the event. This one, all the event organizers need to comply with. Okay, and then for the safe travel pass process or requirement, okay, for any foreign participant, okay, you need to have a sponsor from the local company, and this company will apply this called safe pass on behalf of the participant. Okay, so once this safe travel pass has been approved, the participant 3 days before they arrive in Singapore, they need to make a health and travel declaration. Then 48 hours before they depart, they need to do a swab test. Okay? Basically, this swab test to ensure that they are in good health condition before they depart. Then on the actual day, the pre-boarding, they need to show the approved safe travel pass, and then the negative result or negative report for this COVID at the swab test, and then also a visa if they need a visa. Okay. So the other thing is that once they arrive in Singapore, they need to do another swab test. Okay. This time, when they are waiting for this swab result, they have to be isolated in the room. Okay. They are not supposed to go anywhere until the result is known. If they show any symptoms of this COVID, they will be confined. Okay, they will not be allowed to go anywhere until it's proven negative. Okay, then when they are in Changi Airport, they need to have transfer to the hotel by a private transport. Okay, they are not allowed to use public transport, and they must strictly follow the itinerary given by the organizer. They also have to download the Trace Together apps. Okay, this is a requirement for everyone to attend this event. Okay, then they have to go into this private transport wherever they go from hotel to event and event back to the hotel. Okay, they are not supposed to roam around on their own to other itinerary. Okay, as for the control of crowd density, okay, we need to implement safe distancing between individual 1 meter away apart, and then at the same time also must demarcate the 1 meter for the queuing, and then we must ensure that the group gathering among themselves not more than 5. If there is a group, they must have a distancing of 1 meter. Okay, these have to be strictly enforced. As for this close contact between individuals, we have to ensure that each cohort or each function room, okay, maximum capacity allowable to date is 50%. Okay, I know the government in October they will increase it to 250, but in the meantime we have to stick to this 50. Each 50% in one cohort can be subdivided into a subgroup, in the subgroup without more than 20%. Okay, within the subgroup itself, you can break down to a smaller group or discussion group that not more than 5%. Bear in mind that we still need to keep a safe distance of 1 meter between individuals. Even if the table itself, you set up, you also have to be 1 meter away from each table. So for the safe and clean environment, we need to have a health declaration from all the attendees. At the same time, we need to implement temperature monitoring. Okay? And then for each individual participant, we need to inform them or to enforce to make sure they have practice personal hygiene. Okay? And then those sanitizer will be installed at those high touch points so the participant can use it. Okay, and then we also make sure that all participants are coming into the event to scan the safe entry. Okay, this one is basically show a floor plan of this conference room. This is just an example. This clearly show what is traffic flow. We have a cohort of 50 person or 50 attendee. Then each has been divided into two groups, the sub cohort A and B. So you can see clearly on the blue arrow is showing for the cohort B flow or how they're going to go into the conference room, dining room, or go to the toilet. Even we also specify where the toilet is. So it's very important to enforce the attendee don't come at the same time. We try to stagger the timing for them to register because we need to control the crowd, and the 1 meter distancing must still be there. In the meantime, you can see some of the emergency exit currently also being barricaded up by the building owner. So under the SCTF regulation, you are not supposed to lock the emergency door. If you lock up the door, it's basically a fire hazard. So they want it to be just a barricade there to put a notice board say that in case of any emergency, you can remove the barricade and then you can escape it through the emergency exit door. This is have to be adhered to also by the building owner. Okay, lastly, for the post-event report, SPB require event organizer to send out a report on the 15th or the last day of the event. Okay, basically they want to have the detail of any incident happened during this implementation of this SMM. Okay, and also want to have a photo to show as evidence that you have implement the SMM during the pre-event, post-event, or during the event. Okay, basically just to show evidence what have you done to implement this safe management measure. Okay, then you also have to conduct a survey for the attendee to feedback on the event. The second report will have to be submitted on the 15th after the event. Okay, basically to monitor the health of the attendee, whether it's a local or foreigner. This is to ensure that if any of the attendee display any of the COVID symptom, okay, then we can have to report to the MOH or STB, so they can start the contact tracing. Okay, so this is basically we need to enforce. Although you see that all these measurements can look simple, but when implement it, it will be quite a difficult task. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you, Emery. Back to the studio.